Welcome back to another edition of Just Try a DIY. Guess what? Tonight we get to work on the new truck, the new Dodge. Well, not totally new, but 2013 Dodge 3500. It does have a Rambox. The significance of that tonight is we are putting on a new tonneau cover. So we are going to get started on that. I'm going to show you what ones we're putting in and basically how to install it. So hey, let's get started. What we're going to start with right here is an Access roll-up cover, 44229 Dodge Ram 1500 6'4" box, Rambox cargo management system. It's one that should fit this truck also, so if you need to look one up, need to find it, there's your number right there. Here's all the supplies that came in the bags that came with it. Our instructions, weather seal, clamps for the side, tighten up the tension on the top itself, and all the rest of the bolts and hardware to go ahead and get everything attached. So we'll start with the instructions, and I believe we got to take the rails off first, and that's where we'll start. Instructions say start taking out all the 10mm bolts that go down the rail. According to instructions, there are still some plastic bolts that hold this in. So we'll pull a little bit on the front, work our way down. There it comes out. Double check, make sure we don't have another bolt. Nope. All right, now we got the rail off. We have everything all cleaned up here. Here's where we start with the bolts that came with the kit and everything. The smaller black bolt, 10mm lock washer and flat washer on here. Goes through here into the same bolt holes that you had before. The clamp that's going to hold the actual rail in, and then a washer, spacer, plastic one on the back side, and then we'll start putting those in as we go down the side of the bed, and just get them started, and then we'll get them all tightened up. It's always good to read your instructions a little closer. Make sure as you're going through. Did find out that these back corners do not have a spacer in them, so we take those spacers out at the back and at the front. After those brackets are all in there, make sure this is placed in there with the top rubber seal on the back of here, so it's right at the top of the bed rail. So when it tightens up, it'll make a good seal across there. I'm using my impact, not getting too crazy about how tight they are. Double check as you're going to make sure that your Rambox still opens up. Looks like it feels like there's a really nice tight seal on there, so that should work just fine. All right, we'll start working on the other side next. I'll show you a little better how those teeth look before we put the rail back on. All right, so we have our brackets all put in here. These are our teeth that are on the inside here. We're ready to place this down inside of there. You can see we all got them lined up. The washers, the nylon washers here on the inside, 3 that are here. No washers on the outside ends. We're ready to place this down inside of here. Line it up all the way to the front. Drop that down in there to get that lined up. And like before, want to make sure that seals right to the top of the box, so that later on we can still, I know it's locked right now, but you can hit those and they will still seal against the sides. So we'll go ahead and start tightening these up. There we go. Now it seals right there, right against the edge. So that box should be nice and sealed. We'll start working on the front next. Here are your adjustment pieces that go on either side. The shorter bolt going through the top, through the adjustment washer, and a nut for the bottom. 1/2-inch wrench to tighten those down. We can start putting on the top across there. This is the adjustment to tighten the top on here. So this bolt here, or this screw will tighten and loosen this, so this will slide forward and backward to tighten up the top. We'll go ahead and put the front rail across the front, and we'll show you how it gets installed. As we install the front here, we want to make sure that that piece of the tarp for the cover is placed inside of there, so it is pulled, so it'll pull against it when you tighten it up. All the way across the front, and you're equal distance between them. Make sure that they're in there snug. After you get the bolts tightened up inside of here, you can go ahead and pull the cover back over the top of it, and then we can make adjustments to make sure how tight it is to tie it into the back. Here we are all finished up. We have everything adjusted, the front and the back. Everything's tied down tight. Everything's sealed up. Back closes up just fine. Access to the top, and when the truck bed is locked, there's no way to get in it. It won't release. So only way to release, pull it down here. Pull your cable here. Releases, you can roll it up and take it out of the way. Store anything you need to in there. So, hey, thanks for joining me on this one. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.